Greetings and salutations, YouTube and the rest of the world. I want to thank everybody for taking a few minutes to check out my channel and see what I have to say today. Today, I want to cover what's called color of law. A lot of people have no idea what the hell that means. Well, that's good, because I'm going to explain it to you. When I tried to perform my citizen's arrest, which was the very first audio that I converted to video to arrest a DHS worker, when I first did that audio to video, that was the first video I posted to this channel. The reason I did that is because I think it's the most important. There's a lot that happened in that video, in that audio clip, in that 30 minutes, that a lot of people have asked a lot of questions on. I posted it to Facebook right when it happened, like literally that day originally. And it's been shared, passed around, and whatnot. But I want to explain to some people, there are federal laws in place to protect us from criminal entities like the Department of Human Services, our local police department, our sheriff's deputies, our local courts, all the way up through the federal system. There are certain rights that you have as an American citizen that they can't strip from you. They'll try. Oh, they'll fucking try. And they'll try to threaten you, coerce you, trick you, harass you into surrendering those rights. That's their job. That's what your tax dollars are paying them for. In that audio, you'll hear me in the very, very beginning. I tell them, here, I have this form that I want you to look at. You may want to have your legal department look at it. That form is this form. It is the full color of law, denial of rights under color of law. You can print this out online, and you can serve it to anybody that gets paid by your fucking tax dollars. It's that simple. Any cops, any judges, lawyers that you see fit, fill out the forms, man. And, it's a citizen statement. It's a federal form. You can get these. You print them out. You issue it to them. If they do not respond, you send the same thing into the FBI and to the U.S. Marshals. Not guaranteeing they're going to care because they've ignored everything I've ever sent them, even though I've got a Department of Human Services worker on tape committing perjury and fraud. But, hey, they all get immunity from, crimes that you and I would go to prison for, simply because they get a state paycheck from your tax dollars. The first thing that you need to understand is that attempting to coerce or deceive a citizen to surrender their rights is a federal crime. That's right, people. It is a crime for them to violate your rights. Not just a civil crime, that's punishable in prison or up to the death penalty if they're trying to kidnap your kids. See, federal courts have found that your ignorance of the law is no excuse. 18 U.S.C. 242 provides that whoever, under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom, willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. And if death results, or if such acts include kidnapping, or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any terms of years or for life or both, or may be sentenced to death. 18 U.S.C. 245 states, provided that whoever, whether or not acting under color of law, intimidates or interferes with any person from participating in or enjoying any benefit, service, privilege, program, facility, or activity provided or administered by the United States, or applying for or enjoying employment or any prerequisite thereof by any agency of the United States. That's right, any agency of the United States. CIA, FBI, DEA, Homeland Security, makes no fucking difference. They have to abide by this too. Shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. And if death results, or if such acts include kidnapping, or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, shall be subject to imprisonment for any term of years, or for life, or may be sentenced to death. 42 U.S.C. 1983 provides that every person who, under the color of any statute, ordinance, regulation, custom, or usage of any state or territory or the District of Columbia, subjects or causes to be subjected. That's right, too. They don't have to do it themselves. If they do something and get somebody else to do it, they're just as guilty. It's called conspiracy. It's what our courts are guilty of every day. Any citizen of the United States or other person within the jurisdiction thereof to deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured by the Constitution and laws shall be liable to the party injured in an action at law, suit in equity, or other proper proceeding for redress. Warning: you may be in violation of federal law, and persisting with your demand may lead to your arrest and or civil damages. Also understand that the law provides that you be held personally responsible and liable, as well as your company or agency. That's right, not just the police officer, the whole damn department, all the way up the food chain. Or, all the way up to the state's attorney and up to the U.S. attorney's office if you're suing the court system for violating your rights. You are advised to cease and desist with your demand and to seek personal legal counsel if you do not understand the law. And then you sign it and whatever, and it says, I personally delivered this notice to above named recipient and address on blah, blah, blah at blah, blah, blah p.m. Yes, people, you can serve this on your own behalf because you as a citizen have the right to make citizens arrests when people are in the commission of a felony. That's why, the other day, a man was a concealed carry pistol carrier, and a woman went to get in her car, and a guy in another car grabbed her purse and tried to take off in his car with her still hooked to the purse. The man jumped out of his vehicle, pulled his firearm, dragged the people out of the vehicle, and held them at gunpoint under citizen's arrest until police arrived to make the full arrest. When I tried it, I basically got told that we don't swear an oath to the U.S. Constitution, so by Clinton PD, and I'm not talking about just the regular pissant officers, like Casey Newmarch, which is the first one you hear on that audio, flat out state that our rights don't matter, that they're sure that DHS is operating well within their legal guidelines, and that they're not going to do shit. Pretty much. That's pretty much how it went. Captain Greenwald then came in because he saw that I was about ready to snag that dude the fuck up. And he came in and was like, what's the problem? I started explaining everything to him. He flat out says on tape, I'm in the right. And I'm, totally accurate with my stuff. But they can't enforce federal law. They can't enforce Supreme Court rulings. They can't protect your rights. They can't do shit. They can't do shit for you. What fucking good are they then? Why are we giving them a bunch of AR-15s and body armor and all kinds of shit to harass us with if they can't even uphold our most basic principles of this fucking country? I don't get it. I think it's a fucking joke, and I think it's a travesty of justice. I think it's sad that a state, contracted, private corporation can kidnap children to the tune of $25 million a year just from this state alone in selling children. Don't believe me? Go to Iowa Kids Net. You can buy your kids right off the internet. It's a little kid auction. It's a complete and utter travesty of justice in this state. And it's bad when even our corrupt governor, Terry Branstad, says our attorney general in this state needs to go. Well, no shit. You guys realize that since 1978, we've only had 4 years where that fucker wasn't the Attorney General. That's right, people. The same asshole has been out there for 35 years fucking us all over. On a bunch of crap. A bunch of victimless crap, like public intox. Okay, let's go with that. All right, show me the victim. If you're just drunk walking home from the bar, show me the victim. Now, if you break into somebody's car or their garage, then you get charged for breaking into their car or their fucking garage. It's pretty simple. If you're in a fight, then you might get disorderly conduct. Depends. It might be self-defense. Maybe somebody saw that you were drunk and tried to roll you. Shit, that happens every day in my fucking neighborhood. Shit, I still haven't heard who killed the 2 guys a block over from me. Found them dead in their home? Ain't heard shit. I mean, and then they're going to lock people up for shit like, oh, you have a little bit of weed. Motherfucker, solve a real crime. Why don't you go and, deal with some untested rape kits? That would be good. Do something productive with our tax dollars. Instead, we had to buy them a $15,000 gator so they can harass more people on the bike path, and we had to get them little Segway fucking things too. Why? For what? For what fucking purpose? We just bought them all brand new SUVs. The fuck they need more shit for? They can't even solve the murders that they fucking got. And with that, I'm gonna sign off. Peace and love, America. I'm out.